orientation of candle making. Candle making is like being a chef in a kitchen. It's all about timing and temperatures and achieving the same objective, which is creating a quality candle that burns correctly. How you get there doesn't matter. There is no right or wrong way. Some candle makers use thermometers, some candle makers write everything down. I'm going to teach you the way to make candles by touch and by sight. These are shortcuts to achieve the same goals of creating a candle that people haven't seen before. So let's start with what you basically need for candle making. Candle making molds, most of mine come from America. These are aluminium molds. These are professional candle molds. What we do is we place our wick inside the mold, we put mold seal on the end, tie it and pour it, and this is a candle. When it comes out, we turn it, place it down, so the top of the candle actually becomes the bottom when it's finished. So you can use many different types of molds. We can use plastic molds, we can use glass, we can even use terracotta pots. Here's a perfect example of a mold that I found in a garden centre with raised lettering. Now when I pour wax in that and then it comes out, basically what we've got is a metal finish, which is very interesting. Now you can duplicate different materials in nature, and this is what's very interesting about candle making. The waxes we use, paraffin wax is for freestanding candles. That's a freestanding candle, basically any candle that isn't in a container. Now, the paraffin wax is very refined, so the burning qualities of it are very good. When you're using a good wax, your colours are a lot more vibrant. Now, the other wax we use is called container wax, and this has more of a creamy consistency to it, and this is what we use to place in containers or glasses. We'll be discussing this a little bit more in depth. Our colour pigments come in many different colours, and we can mix and match these to achieve whatever colour we want. First, let's talk about temperatures of pouring candles. This is a perfect example of two different temperature pours. The top one is a hot pour. Now there has been an additive put in here to create the snowflake effect. But as you can see, when you pour the wax hot, you get a gloss. Now, what does it look like? If I show you this bowl here, this is the wax when it has been melted in the vat. If you touch it, there is a slight sting to it. It's completely liquid. This is a hot pour, and this is what you will achieve with a hot pour. Now, a cold pour is when there is a slight skin starting to form on the surface of the wax. This becomes a cold pour. Now there's different levels of cold pours which we will discuss further on in the course. But for now, as soon as we have a skin on the top of the wax, this is a cold pour, and the effect we will get is what you see here. An aged effect with lots of texture, which is very interesting. Now, the most important thing with candle making is the wick. The wick is the spine of the candle. If the wick is not the correct diameter, the candle will not burn correctly. When you add perfume or when you add colour to the wax, it changes the density of the wax, which means you may have to use a slightly larger wick to burn a larger circumference.